you already know what we be rocking. We rocking those Tito knives. And I got to give my man Luke over there some major props. I personally love his new drop on a knife called the Tito Air. Some call it Tito Air, some call it Tito Air. I don't care. It's a bomb-ass knife, and I love it. Guys, check them out at TitoKnives.com. And when you're at the checkout, use our code GU15. Okay, the cat is out of the hat. And yes, that's right. We have teamed up with Sig Sauer. And there's nothing better than teaming up with the best of the best in the business. And I'm talking anywhere from their optics, firearms, and ammunition. Me personally, I've been rocking the Zulu 9s for the binos, and I am loving them. Me, I think they're the alpha of the glass. For the fraction of price that you pay for, guys, check them out, the Zulu 9s. But I must say, I went down to the Sig Sauer games, and I got introduced to the Zulu 6s, and I had no idea their technology was so advanced. And I'm talking about their stabilization. You guys hit a switch on these binos, and bam, it's all smooth. No rocking, no motion, nothing. It is. And you know how heavy I breathe. I'll be breathing heavy, and I'll just be tired, and I pull my glass, and it's just wobbly all over. And I hit the switch, bam, it's clear. It's like being on a tripod. Guys, check them out. Their technology is off the charts. And I'm talking anywhere from, their rifle scopes to their range finders. They all introduced the new BDX system. Guys, check them out. Support a company that supports your favorite podcasts. SigSauer.com. What is up? Man, I got to give a big shout out to my boy over at thehangercode.com. Luke and I have teamed up, and I am excited about this one. Man, I've had European mounts all over this place, just laying here, just taking up space, really not displayed in any fashion. And now he has pimped out all my European mounts. I literally got this tabletop one. Now I'm displaying right here on the podcast table. It's the Javelina, and it is sick, and I love it. Guys, check him out. Go to his website at www.thehangerco.com, and that's HANGR co.com. Guys, he has European mounts for everything. He has it from deer, bobcat, from all your African games. Like, literally, he has it all. And guess what? It's American made, and it's a small business, so let's support that. Guys, but that's not it. By listening to this podcast, you get to save 30% off your purchase. Guys, type in that code GU30 at the checkout. Save that money. Damn, Cody, everybody be liking what we're doing with this Bullhorn app.
Yeah, what's not to like, man? You get to text, you get to call in, you get to run your mouth with your favorites every episode.
Man, we love it. I love the interaction we get with our listeners. Guys, if you guys want to become a part of your favorite podcast, download the app, bullhorn.fm, your podcast app. This podcast is brought to you by Kafaro International. It's gear for life.
Extreme hunting products, packs, frames, tents, shelters, sleeping systems, stoves, and more.
Did I mention it's American made?
Love it, America.
America. Hey, guys, check them out. It's Kafaro.net. What up, what up, what up? We back. And we got a little MMA action one for you today on this Sunday. Real quick, we got Skinny Cody in the house. We're on the Bullhorn app.
What up?
We got No Tomas. He no call, no show today. What are we gonna do, Cody?
I'm sorry, I'm double duty.
Double duty today?
I got it.
Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna need some help here.
Take his job too.
Well, how the hell is he supposed to take care of your job if you leave and he don't even show up?
It's amateur, bro. He's an amateur.
I hope nothing really happened to him, because it's not like him. You know?
It's true.
But either way, today's guest, I should say, long time peeps that I've known. Shit. I would almost say I've known JJ. I felt like I don't know now that you said you met me at the Vern Baca fight. That's a long ass time ago. Fuck, I might have even had like a 4-pack back then. But anyways, today's guests, Mike and JJ Aldridge. Like, honestly, these people have been in the MMA game for I mean, Jesus, about that time.
Yeah.
It's been a minute.
Yeah.
I mean, I was telling Cody today about you, JJ. I said, I literally remember, I think it was your mom would come and wait some of the practices there and at the old Grudge there, and you would go practice. But even before that, I remember like Rocky Mountain Bad Boys days. Like I would go train with like Cowboy and Keith or whoever, and I remember seeing you there.
Yeah. I've been over there I had been over there for a while. I think the first time I ever saw you, they had little cards. I was at a show at the Palladium, and your face was all over. And I was like, oh, former UFC fighter.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. It was a long time because I've known you for quite some time, and you know what's to me about the like us knowing us forever is good because you guys are just good people, period. But before all this even happened, it was like MMA wasn't even that big. Like I was trying to tell people, like it was so different even when I was in the UFC, let alone the Ring of Fire days. What we were talking about earlier. It's just so different now, and like there was a lot of people back then that didn't have the opportunity that you have right now.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
And that's what I think is really cool about you. You have had a great career. You've done it right. You've you fought the right fights, and you've won the right fights, and you're still in the sport, and you're in the biggest organization there is. Yeah,
it's pretty crazy when you think about it. Like I've had 11 fights now, 11 fights in the UFC. So
yeah, to me that's unreal. 11 fights in the UFC.
Pretty crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy.
That's a lot. I mean, if you look at it, that's a lot of fights.
I mean, because back when I fought, like there was 25 people per weight class.
When you fought?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it was like, if you ain't performing, bye, Felicia. You know what I mean? Like you gone. So and that's what it was. But at the time, you're like, me and my manager at the time, the talk were like, "Hey man, do you want to go to the WEC or UFC?" And would I have ever done things different? No. But as a outside looking in now, like at the bottle, if I had that little genie now and tell me do what Cowboy did, go to the WEC, build myself up, and then go to the UFC. But who knows? I could have been knocked out numerous times and never made it there, or bad injury and never made it to the UFC. Yeah. I'm cool with what I did. I don't care. Like I did what I wanted to do, and it's just really cool seeing how people are signing multiple contracts now, and like to me that's just like more stress off of your plate.
Yeah, and stress is a big thing going into a fight because you're stressed out about performing.
Yeah, you want to win. Yeah. I mean, that's just it. Let's just keep it real. Like the pay's better when you win.
Everything's better.
You know what I mean? Like fighters are, well, just from my experience, and I got a pretty good track record of fighters that I've coached. Fighters are really poor when they start out, and they're broke as hell. And so when that win money and that show money comes in, it's fucking very important to get that win. You know what I mean? And well, put it this way: when I first fought JJ in the UFC, my signing contract was $3,000 and $3,000 to win.
That's insane.
You get more in now.
You see what I'm saying? Like how much has changed? Like that's like I got a fight of the night one. My second fight, Dana White sent me a thing. I thought I made it, man. I was like, "Fuck yeah!" He's like, "I'm giving you a fight bonus." Cool. It'll come in the mail in the month. I was like, "Cool." Fucking FedEx came, certified check. I opened that bitch up, $2,500, bro.
Oh man!
Now they're getting 50.
Man, ain't that some bullshit? And Justin gets a lot of them. That motherfucker.
Every fight. If Justin's on the card, you ain't getting the
bonus. It's tough, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, it is different. But like I've been wanting you guys on the show because I just want to hear, and I think what my audience, what they like about the whole, I do the outdoor thing, fight thing. The feedback that I get the most is like the journey that you have went through, because like not everybody's had, I don't even say any fighter has had it real easy, because it's hard for a fighter, period. Mm-hmm. But I think, as a female fighter now, I mean, because I'm going to tell you right now, I mean, it wasn't so long ago, females were like, Dana White said it himself. He said, I'd never have females in the UFC.
Yeah.
And now, you guys are fucking the most, I would also say you guys are like the most entertaining. But, I would say you guys are probably the most entertaining fighters out there, because y'all don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? So I guess what I want to dive into is, come back. Was it Taekwondo?
Mm-hmm,
Yeah. You had the background as that. I remember that, because I remember you were doing back fist back in the day, dog. You know what I mean?
That's all I knew how to do.
I know, and that's what I'm saying though. But you know what I mean? Like the whole thing has changed to now, like from pay to training to the nutrition. Like everything's changed. Yep. Like, dude, I'm telling you right now, if I had a chef or like anything like different than what these guys have now, or like the plan or Landau's. You know what I mean? Yep. Shit, I might still be fighting,
You never know, right?
So tell everybody about the journey it's been.
Yeah,
when it started.
It's been crazy. Yeah, I started in Taekwondo, like you said, when I was 9. We didn't have a lot of money, so my mom put me at like a rec center and just like a small program. And I did that for a long time. And then my Taekwondo instructor knew a guy, Mike Silva. I don't know if you.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, he used to have a MMA program at the rec center with Keith, and before their MMA classes, they had a Taekwondo class. So I would go over there and help their kids with their Taekwondo, and trade off. They would let me train their MMA for free.
Really?
Yeah. So I would help them, and then just stay after the class and do the MMA class. And I think I started doing that when I was like 16.
Was that at Commerce City up in up there at the rec center?
Yep, at the
I've
rec
been
center.
there. I've been that same one, and I think it was Mikey Baldwin, Cowboy,
Michelle Watterson was
Michelle.
there. Yeah.
I remember we had like do stations and shit like that. And you got to realize I came from Nebraska, right? And I was like, I'm cool. I can do this. Fucking about the third station, I was like, what the hell? I can't breathe. And but yeah, it was so crazy of just where it started, like in a rec center for you.
Yep. Started a rec center. Only girl there. So yeah, like you said, it's crazy to see how like people could look at UFC fighters now, girls, and like have a goal, Yeah. But like when I first started, there was no girls in the UFC, so it was like chasing a dream that wasn't there. But yeah, it's cool how it's worked out.
So I would say, did you always knew that you just wanted to take this path where it was like a mixed martial arts path, like all the way up? Would you continue to do it?
Yeah, I just loved like being a martial artist when I was young and feeling like just like a badass, you know? And then just started doing it at the rec center. I enjoyed it because it was like the wrestling and the MMA, and I've never done that before, so I really enjoyed that. And then I just started doing Muay Thai fights until I was
old enough, probably.
Yeah, old enough because I couldn't fight. And then I would go to the shows ever since I was really young, like the Palladium nightclub, a strip club. I wasn't even allowed to be in there really, but
yep, it was there. And then not Rockies, but what was that? Red and Jerry's.
Red and
Jerry's. Fucking just everywhere.
Yep.
I even got to be able to go to the one. Where's the castle up north?
Like that hotel.
Yeah,
Is that where they
the
had
Radisson?
Yeah, that's where they had what the Gladiator.
Battle Quest.
Oh,
and
that's
shit
right.
there.
Yeah.
It's just been crazy to see where, like, it's just funny, like how far you go back to where you're at now. What I guess, JJ, what I want to really get to know is back in those, let's just say grudge days, or because when I started seeing you come in and doing like some workouts there at the gym, and I mean you've been to a lot of gyms, 303, and you've had different training from tons of people. I mean, Pat and Rose. I mean, you've literally have been around the block
Yeah.
a few times, and I guess now we have reconnected now at elevation, at high altitude there, and I've seen you guys there multiple times, and I see what you do now. I guess the journey of from A to, let's say, I don't know where you're at, maybe in the middle of the alphabet now, I would say. What has it been there? I mean, like, what has been the hardest part of, going to different camps, getting different fights, from signing your first fight to the UFC to now to, like, I guess, what was your final fight before you were, like, was it Invicta that you got?
Yeah. Yeah, so I had actually gone to the Ultimate Fighter.
That's right.
Yeah.
Fuck. Yeah, see?
Yeah.
It was 23, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I saw that. See, I did my work too, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And then so I lost the second round to the girl who ended up winning the show.
Mm-hmm.
And they only picked up the people that were on the finals. So I didn't get picked up. So I had to go back.
Which is different. That's
Yeah.
way different nowadays.
Yeah. I mean, before, like, the first, 20 of them, I think I was, like, one of the first ones. They didn't pick everyone up. Like, they picked up the whole season pretty much.
Yep.
But, yeah, when I got there, they only picked up the few people in the finals and maybe, like, 2 other people. And so I was like, dang, like, that was my shot. I missed it, and we had to kind of go back to the drawing board and figure out what I want to do from there. And we ended up taking a fight in Oklahoma.
Invicta.
No, we went to Oklahoma and fought this girl.
With like 50 people.
Yeah.
Like, no kidding.
In a casino full of smoke. It was
Oh, shit.
rough. It was rough to go.
On a reservation?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. So then we did that, and then we went back to Invicta, and then I ended up fighting for them. And then the girl I lost to on the Ultimate Fighter, she was gonna make her debut, and she got hurt. So I took her spot on 7-day notice.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. And it was like 14 days after I had fought for Invicta, and then went and fought 2 weeks later. In
So
the
you
UFC.
just said, fuck it, I'm going.
Yeah, I was actually working, and Sean Shelby called me, and I called him back, and I was like, he's like, hey, you want to fight in, I think it was like, 8 days? I was like, yeah. He's like, do you want to know who it is? I was like, no, it doesn't matter. He's like, all right, are you going to show up on weight? I was like, yeah. He's like, all right, I'll see you then. I'll send the contract. So then I called Mike. I was like, hey, I'm fighting in 8 days. He's like, no, you're not. I was like, yeah, I am. And so, yeah, they started sending the contract and everything. It was crazy because I was like, oh, they have the announcer from Invicta. What's his name?
Joe Martinez.
Yeah, they had Joe Martinez
Yep,
there.
I remember,
I was like,
yeah.
all right, it'll just be like Invicta because, same. It was not.
No.
I like got in the cage. I was all cool, and then as soon as she walked in, I was like, "Man, she fights on TV." I was like, "Oh
It's
shit!"
like, oh, shit.
You're like, okay, I guess we're doing this. But
Yeah.
that's how you get your chance, your opportunity, right? I mean, it probably led you to where you're at now.
Yeah, for sure. If I would have said no, who knows if I would have ever gotten a call back. So.
Yeah. I always said, like, I always took the fights that I wasn't supposed to win. I was supposed to be everybody's stepping stone. And I realized, like, Sven fucked me on a lot of fights. And then it backfired on him because I won,
Yeah.
And, like, to me, it was like I was my own boss, though. You know what I mean? Like, I could pick my fights, and yes, I listen to my team and stuff like that. But at the same time, I'm like, you're not ready for that. I said, listen, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to win, and it's the only way I'm going to make it to the show, to be on TV.
Yeah.
Fighting's different. Like you're your own boss, but then
Yeah.
you hire people around you
Yep.
to try to help you on your way. But at
Exactly.
the end of the day,
You're the fighter, and you do it. Like, you expect to, and this is something I really want to ask you guys too, though, because it's different. Like, you guys are a couple, coach, and hold that thought, because I want to get to that topic too. But my deal was, like, you have all these, like, advisors, and now that I'm an advisor, I say, like, I'm a coach now, just like you, Mike.
Yeah.
Ideally, it's Justin, right? Like it's Justin or JJ that has to make the final choice, and they got to do it. But they trust us enough to do it. At the time, I didn't really give a fuck about what he thought, my coach thought. I really didn't, and which it came back and backfired a little bit on me. Because I always thought, no, I got this. You know what I mean? Like,
I know what I'm doing.
I'm broke, fool. I need to fight, you know? But, you know, it's just so different now, you know? Like, what I told you what I was fighting for.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just so different. I was like, dude, I need to fight. I mean, my glory to fame is like I tell everybody that sits across the thing, you know, the fighters, like, everybody's all like, yeah, but you did it, man. You fight. I said, yeah, fool. I did 3 fights in one night for Victory Fighting in Council Bluffs, Iowa, for VFC for $1,000.
Gosh damn.
But shit, $1,000 was a lot of money back then. You know what I mean?
Especially for fighting. You weren't getting paid that much for
No,
fighting.
no, but that's what I'm saying. Is like, man. But it wasn't even about the money at the time.
No.
It was about me being the champion and getting to the next level, you know? Like, I needed to be the champion there, be a champion here, so, you know, they
and
can...
I think that's
you know,
where a lot of people get it messed up, or, like, they get a little salty when they get to the UFC. Like, they think they're going to be millionaires. Like, you're still not, like, there's a lot of other ways you can make 10 grand. You know what I mean?
well,
But,
and I think that's, I guess, let's hear from you first. Like, people think, like, and I thought, too, for a minute. Like, once I made the UFC, I was going to be straight, you know? Like, I'm cool. There's that 1%, you know what I mean? Like, there's that 1%, you know, like the Connors and everything that can literally live off that one fight, you know, and, you know, be cool. The rest of the roster, not so much, right? Like, you're still fighting. You're making a good living. You can do it, and sponsors and stuff like that, but it's different still, and you got to be smart with your money and stay healthy. I mean, you got to pay coaches, you got to nutrition, training,
taxes.
That's smart of you, JJ. That's very smart of you. My bitch ass never paid my taxes. I thought I was going to go to prison. My wife, the first thing, like when I was going to ask my wife to marry her, and she knew I was a fucking fighter, right? She knew she goes, I'll marry you, but you're gonna get your taxes straight first. And I was like, wait, I'm going to prison. Fuck.
We're just gonna keep running.
I said, fuck, I thought I was going to prison. And we got to take care of it. I was like, damn, that feels good to pay taxes. I feel good. But anyways, but yeah, it's just weird. Like you said, like this drink break is brought to you by KillCliff.com. Energy that doesn't suck.
Killcliff is the clean energy drink with no sugar and 150 milligrams of clean caffeine. Now with 100% more winning, because losing sucks and losing is for losers.
Did I mention it's totally American and a proud partner of the Navy SEAL Foundation? Guys, check them out. KillCliff.com. Type in our code GU15. It's a tough road to take of a career, but it's the best road, I think.
Yeah, for sure. 100%. And that's why fighting's still the best sport in the world, because you still have to do it for the love of it, because you're not going to go out there and be a millionaire unless, like you said, you're a Connor or somebody, you know.
Yeah.
So it's definitely a sport you still have to have a lot of love for.
Yeah, and you got to want to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to want to get up and do it. You know what I mean? You know, it's funny because, like, when, you know, I guess right now where I was going with this is, like, my goals of being to get in the UFC was just to get in the UFC. I didn't set any other goals. My goal was I wanted to make the UFC and be cool, right? And that's where I think I steered myself wrong, you know? What is the ideal goal for you in a career?
You know, I
You
think
already
when
have
I
11
first,
fights
I
in
know
the
that's the
UFC.
thing. Like when I first got into the UFC, it was like I think I was still in shock. You know, I was like 24. Which to me now, like that was pretty young looking back. But like,
It's young.
Yeah.
yeah, well, I was barely 24. I was on the Ultimate Fighter at 23. So it was like kind of like, do I belong here for a long time? You know,
Yeah.
there's a lot of like I grew up looking at like the UFC, the highest level fighters, and then all of a sudden you're there, and it's like, well, kind of like
It's still like, oh
like
shit,
starstruck in a way, you know.
Oh yeah,
So I think it took like 4 or 5 wins. I'm like, okay, yeah, I do belong here.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So yeah, I think I'll hit my stride, and then I think you got to make new goals, because if you just stay stagnant and just like, okay, I just want to be here, you know, you're gonna
do that,
Yeah.
which is fine. That's no problem. I mean, you're gonna make a paycheck, you're gonna win, you're gonna have a good life, and you do what you want to do, which is cool. But I always say, like, if you're gonna do something, I mean, do it to the most potential, right? Like, I mean, I feel like when like I didn't realize you had 11 fights already. Like, to me, that is priceless to me. Like, you are way above a lot of people that's been in the UFC, because that experience is fucking gold, right?
Yeah.
Although I feel like sometimes, like, before you fight, right, do you still feel nervous and still feel like,
yeah.
what the fuck am I doing?
For sure, yeah.
Yeah.
I think if you don't, you're not. You probably shouldn't be fighting, because it's a dangerous sport. You
Yeah.
know, I don't think you ever not have nerves. I think you just get better at controlling them, or like not freaking out as much. You know? But
yeah.
you can never
You know
not
what to
have
expect, and you're like, this better go away when I get punched in the face, right?
For a long
Or I
night.
punch her, right?
Yeah.
Because it's the same thing for me coaching now.
Oh.
Like, as you know, I puke every time I go coach Justin now. I didn't give a fuck.
No, that's way more nerve wracking. Like when I see my teammates and
Yeah.
friends, people that I like care for, go out and fight, I get so nervous.
Yeah.
Way more nervous than for myself, because we're not in control of what happens.
Yep.
You know, if they're out there, we're not out there. So
Yeah. Well, and the thing is like, I told like Justin before he fights, you know, and he's don't give a fuck. Like, that's one guy that I will say, like, he just don't give a fuck. He's all like, it's gonna be a good day to die, boys. He gives us 5s, right? And I'm like, I'm about fucking dry heaving in my mouth. Shut the fuck up, dude. We're not gonna let you die out there. We're not gonna let you die out there. He's like, I want to die out there. If I'm gonna die, I'm gonna do this. And like, I get so nervous for him, but then like when that, you know, the UFC walk is something so fucking special.
It's a walk. I say, I look at coaches and I look at fighters, and I know that everybody can't do it.
Yep.
But I wish that everybody just can experience one.
Yeah. I would honestly say I don't really remember the walk. I mean, I remember it as a fighter, but I was so focused on like not getting my ass kicked and like doing my assignments, like, you know, countering this and doing this. And like, I didn't really take it all in, right? Like, I didn't take the cheers and shit. I was just fucking, as a fighter, you just want to go out there and do it. And I don't know if I just see it different nowadays when I watch fighters take it, and they absorb it. They're like, oh, fuck, this is something I want to do. Like, they enjoy fighting. You guys enjoy being out there.
Yeah.
Me, I fucking was just like trying to do a job to fucking keep it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think maybe now it's different because you have that reliable, like, I got 4 more fights on my contract, so fuck it. You know what I mean? I don't know. Yeah. Or you're more prepared than ever. I don't know what these guys do or these girls, because when they come out, they're like taking it in, which I'm a little jealous that I never did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now, when I go walk out with Justin, I'm like, yeah, this shit's nice, dog. It's cool. Because I'm not the one fighting, obviously, but I'm, you know, and it's fucking crazy because those hairs stick up at the back of my neck.
Every time.
I don't remember that for when I fought. I mean, do they stick up for you?
I think when I walk out like about halfway through, when you fight in the arenas, and you see your eyes go across the arena. Have you ever noticed that? I don't know why. I always think that's the coolest thing. I always like,
Your name on there?
yeah, like get excited, and I'm like, all right, focus.
Yeah.
But I have to let myself enjoy it at least for a second, you know?
Have you ever fought on a McGregor card?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're being, you know, your background, that was probably huge. Did you come out with the flag?
No, I didn't. I should have, but no. It was really cool. It was crazy. I didn't see Connor the whole time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we're there the fight week, weigh-ins, everything like. But and I was in his locker room, but I fought and was gone before he showed up.
Yep.
So yeah, it was really cool though. I've been on 2 pay-per-views. I was on the main card once, and that was crazy at the Staples Center.
Yeah.
And that was
That's
pretty fun.
huge.
Yeah, that was really cool.
That's a huge one.
And it's funny, like looking back, being on a pay-per-view card is so big, but at the time, like you're just in the moment and just leading up to the fight, I didn't realize how big it was.
That's why that's why you get Rogan in a pay-per-view card.
Yeah.
You get the fucking. I mean, it's a way different. I was lucky enough to fight on a pay-per-view card. Well, my first fight was Fight Night. So I was like, dude, this shit ain't no different than Ring of Fire. You know what I mean? I was like, this is shit. I got this. It's cool.
I lied to
cool.
myself too.
Yeah, I was like, and then when I came out for the pay-per-view, I fought on Rashad Evans, Michael Bisping card.
Oh, okay.
They were the main ones. And I was like, what the fuck is this, dude? I had no idea what it was like. I was like, dude, I seriously felt like we were in the Coliseum in the old Gladiators day. Like, it was just cheers. You know what I mean? Like, it was crazy. And that's why fighting on pay-per-view cards are dope.
It is dope. And
I was like getting ready to fight. I like look across and like Chris Pratt sitting there.
Yeah,
I'm
all
like,
the famous people and shit.
Yeah, like
yeah.
people you go and watch, like artists and stuff. You buy tickets to go see, and they're like sitting there watching you. You know, it's pretty cool.
that was the moment for me. Like, I feel that we made it to the biggest stage.
Yeah.
is that pay per view, because then you walk out and
You
there
see-
was movie stars, and I was like, and we were on the main card. I was like, oh, we made it.
Yeah, and then like you see the other top fighters, they're watching you too.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yep.
that to me, it's like, hey, put a fucking pat on your thing and enjoy that moment. Like,
Yeah.
and I guess I always tell this to Justin too. Like, I was like, man, enjoy the ride because it's short and it's just a short. I mean, I say that and you got 11 fights fucking over here, but I just like, it is just short time still. It's like, it's only this is going to be just a chapter of your life and take it in, because like when you said, like, you looked at my old pictures of me fighting, like I missed all that shit. And I'm so glad Justin brought those here in my gloves, because, my kids really still don't know really what I did, like Eva kind of does a little bit now, but like when she sees me, like, on TV with Justin, they're like, oh, I'm just a coach. They really realize like I did it too, and
You don't take it in at the moment. You
no,
really don't.
and that's why I always try to take my camera now and I take pictures of everybody, and I try to send to them, because one day this will just be just a memory
That's it.
for y'all. It will, and it's just, oh, this was the good old days, like if you're gonna talk like I'm gonna be the old guy now, and it's just like I just try to tell people, like, keep the souvenirs, you know what I mean, like take it all in, like it's just because, man, it will be gone, and when it's gone, like I'm lucky because the transition for me from fighting to coaching and was easy. I never really missed fighting. I didn't because I was still involved.
You didn't have to go through that like depression stage.
No, and I when I did that, I went from fighting to coaching to getting into more into the outdoors and stuff, like trying to keep doing what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
And fuck, man, I'm so lucky for that. Like, and Trevor was the one that kind of helped me do all that, because he was like, why the fuck are you still fighting?
Yeah.
And I'm like, because I got rent to do, motherfucker. That's why I got rent.
Bills, man. Shit.
And he goes, dude, I'll give you a job, man. You are a great coach. Like, let's get you a job and start coaching. And I wouldn't even think of anything at the time, but I was like, shit, that might be more income coming in that way for me to help me out. And, I had another fight coming. I think it was Canada hit me up again and said, hey, we want to fight again. And I was like, yeah, let me talk to my coaches and do it again. And Trevor was like, Luke, do you really want to fight or do you want to just coach? And I just said, I don't know. And that was my answer. He goes, that's your answer. When you don't really want to fight, you're going to get fucked up.
Yeah.
Yep.
When I lost that fire, dude, I just quit losing the fire of doing it. And, it was all, when it all comes back down to my goals, like I made it UFC, fought overseas. I mean, I wouldn't take anything back, but it was just like, man, I thought I was supposed to be rich when I got in the UFC.
Everybody thinks
You
that.
know what I
think
mean?
so.
Like,
know?
and as it wasn't the case, so I was like, well, fuck, I got to do something I want to do then. You know what I mean? And still be part of it. And I just got really lucky on the transfer of me getting into coaching and the opportunity of the people that I started coaching and helping with. And obviously, you know, I cut back so much now from coaching. And, you know, when I stepped away from Genesis in June, and I, you know, loved it at the time. Like, I was like, cool, you know, I miss the people, you know, the people I
Yeah.
coach, you know, and everything. But now that we're back in training camp, dude, you don't realize like how much I missed the gym, and I missed, you know, like Saturday, I got to hold pads again for Justin. I missed that.
Yeah.
You know, you say that, but you know, like some days, like you're like, fuck, I don't want to hold pads every day again.
No.
I was at that point in my career where I was like, dude, all I was doing is holding pads, coaching, you know, and I was tired of getting burned by fighters. You know what I mean? Like, I was just like, dude, my kids are way more important.
Yeah.
Spending time with them than getting burned by another fighter.
Yep. And like I always tell people, is when I help them, I was like, you'll never remember that I was here. My kids will always remember I was gone.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And that's where it's like, for me, it's like, you know,
That's
it's tough.
And I didn't really realize it until my wife, she's like a Nazi on it when it comes to this shit. She's like, Luke, they miss you at dinner. And I'm like, well, I don't have the luxury of having a job that I can work in the morning. Like people have, their fighters come in the evening. I think that's just the way it works. She's like, yeah, I know. But then who gets fucked at the end? We both do, because you don't get paid and the kids don't get to see you, and we don't get to see you. And I was like, it's true.
Yeah.
So then that's when I kind of just put it in reverse. I said, fuck it, you know, and I got to pick and choose who I was going to keep working with, the people that took care of me and stuff. And obviously, Justin has been, obviously, it wasn't just because Justin is like, you know, one of the highest paid out there, right? It wasn't that. It was because I've been with that motherfucker from day one, right? And he's never, ever, he's like a brother to me. He's my little brother. But he's never burned me. He's never done anything wrong. He's always done more for us. I've never asked for a percentage. And he's fucking taking care of me.
Yeah.
He's taking care of us. You know what I mean? I don't got a raptor out there, but, you know, maybe Tom will come.
After this fight, maybe
yeah, you
we'll
never
be-
know. But, no, it's just, in fact, if anything, he's taking more money from me lately. Yeah, we went bowling yesterday. That motherfucker took $50 from me. And he was happy about it. I was like, damn, I got to pay for this bowling.
At your own kid's birthday
Yeah,
party?
he just taking money from
Yeah.
me. But, you know, it's just, I don't even where I was going with this, but it's just a short window and just like enjoy like the journey right now, man.
Yeah.
And you're already here, 11 fights in, man. Shit.
And that's one thing I'm very fortunate about. You know, I've been able, like you said, you had 3 fights and it was over. You know, I don't even
Yep.
feel like I realized I was in the UFC until like my 5th fight,
Yep.
like I said, you know. So
Yeah.
3 fights and out, that's I think
sucks.
I think it hit me the hardest when somebody came up to me and was like, he had fought in the UFC, but he never won. He's like, man, it's one thing to get in the UFC, it's another thing to win.
Yeah.
He's like, so enjoy it. I was like, damn, like you really have to
It's
be
facts.
thankful, you know.
It's facts, dude, because there's so much people like realize, don't there's so much pressure
So much pressure.
on a fighter. Like,
And nowadays with social media, man.
yeah, and I just started following the guy that just fought in the main event. Benny's dude in the main event. He fought Mo.
Oh, Zach.
Zach.
Yeah.
I just started following him on social media, and he was doing this some thing about like, how did I quit my job before I became a professional fighter? He was personal training, helping, hustling, and doing things, and I was like, listen, most people don't do that now.
No.
All the fighters that I coach, they quit everything. All my young guys, they quit everything. They sold their car and they said, I got 20 grand in the bank and I'm good. I'm gonna make it. What the fuck are you gonna make? What, fool? You're an amateur. You don't fucking get it. You don't get it. Like they don't get it.
Nope.
And I don't know. It's just hard. But like, I mean, I coached at LA Boxing I had that as a gig, and the whole time I was fighting. The whole time I was fighting when I moved up here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know?
I didn't quit my job until that day Sean Shelby called me.
Yeah.
I was at work, and I quit right there.
You said,
I said,
"Bye,
bye.
Felicia."
She laughed and called me.
And
Man. I was
what kind of job was it?
I was working at a warehouse.
Yeah.
Yeah, just part-time so I could train. But,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you just said, boom,
I
I'm
said,
gone.
I said,
And you haven't had a job since you started fighting then?
No.
Fuck, you are a G.
Thankfully, man.
We've been
Fortunate.
lucky. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's like it's a huge blessing. But
Yeah, no, that is a good thing. That's fucking.
Yeah, but
But you also ain't going out doing dumb shit.
no.
You're smart with your money. And that's one thing I will say, unless you're buying a badass sword.
I mean, I
someone.
want it, but she said,
Chris is past, fool.
no, every fight. This shit takes a lot out of me.
I know, it does.
You know what I mean? It takes
I know.
a lot out of me. I'm like,
How long have you guys been a couple now?
10 years.
So, how long have you been fighting now professionally?
Professionally, I don't.
8 years.
8 years.
2014.
Okay, so you were there before when she was an amateur.
I think I started helping her when she was 2-2 as an amateur, and she went 8-4 as an amateur.
So you're kind of like me with Justin.
Yeah.
He's my little mija,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And it's so funny because there was a point where I kind of like left Justin. Like I took Justin a couple times to Arizona, and it cost me way more money than me. Like it was stupid, right? Like, and but like now I see him like how much he makes now to and everything's earned. Like I give like I think fighters still need more money. You know what I mean? I think y'all because I've done it. I know the worries and struggles, coaches, and everything fucking costs money nowadays.
Well, I think it's a sport that just like it. I don't know. I don't know. I've never done anything else. Like I played football and things like that as a kid. But as far as like getting paid and things, never nothing like that. But it's just like this is the most demanding sport.
Oh fuck!
You know
And
what
it's
I mean?
so much cross training is what it is.
It is,
And that's why I say like that's always been like my argument with boxing and mixed martial arts. We do so much more than boxing. And I love boxing, don't get me wrong. Sometimes it's corrupt, and I hate that part of it. But they can get paid fat money.
and fast.
And I love it.
Yeah.
That's good for them. I'm not and I just feel like, man, we're just getting shortchanged right now. Or y'all getting shortchanged now.
Well, you too. I mean, fighters would like to be able to pay their coaches more too.
Yeah,
Like
well,
you
I
guys
mean,
dedicate a lot of time and effort and energy, like you said,
Yeah.
away from your family. So
Yeah.
everybody wants more,
well, I mean, yeah.
I will say though, the only thing I am grateful for is at least girls, for the most part, get paid the same as the guys in the
hell yeah.
UFC. Like we all get paid shitty, so at least it's equal compared to like women boxers.
Yeah,
or, like,
that's true.
women
No, you're
basketball
right. I
players.
didn't even think about it like that. That's a good thing. Like everything, and you have the chance to make 50 G's like anybody else.
Yep.
I mean, yeah, look at Rhonda. She made a ton of money too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, she fucking did.
You know, so
What's your whole take on Ronda? Like, what do you think of her?
I think she did obviously a lot for the sport. Like, who knows if I'd be even fighting in the UFC if it wasn't for her, But, yeah, I think time just passed her, Like, she was really good for a short amount of time. And
She capitalized on that motherfucking
did,
shit, though. And I mean, it was so good for so like you guys, majority of everything,
Yeah,
right?
it
Like it was
blew it
so
up.
good for you guys. She blew it up, and my whole thing was, I just wish she would have worked on more of her weaknesses instead of straightening out her deal. Like, but who the fuck is she? Where's your me? Fuck it. Like, she good. She won. She did it. Like, I'm more thankful because she has did it for people like you.
yeah.
she did it, and that's how I feel. Is she did it for her. She had her purpose. You know what I mean? And I don't know if she would. I don't even know if her whole plan was to ever fight forever.
Yeah, I think she did it for her purpose, right?
Yeah, for her purpose, and that was to give the women a shot.
And I think she's doing okay in the little wrestling thing she's doing now.
She's doing probably just fine.
Still
Yeah.
killing it.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, so she did it right, you know. And that was like the whole thing with Connor. Like, do I think Connor's a piece of shit? Yes, I do. Would I love Justin to fight him? Yes. But what he's done for the sport and for like, you know, I just saw some. Did you see that, Cody, with what Jose Aldo said?
Yeah, he said, why could I hate Aldo? Because he's the guy that got me the most money.
Yeah, in his interview last night, he got entered to the Hall of Fame. I guess I didn't watch the fights. You guys watch them?
Yeah,
I didn't watch him, but I saw his interview, and he goes, somebody asked him, like, do you hate Conor McGregor? He goes, how the fuck can I hate somebody that gave me the most money?
That's true.
And that's facts, dude. That shows you a lot about Aldo and what Conor really does to people.
I mean, you think, having Conor, Ronda, those superstars have made these fighters get more fights, because without them, would there be doing one show every week? We don't know. You know what I mean?
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
25 person roster, which you had, you know, we have like, we have a lot more than that now, you know, thankfully.
Hey, do you know what that is, Cody?
The rosters?
Yeah.
I think it was 650 or something last time we checked.
Per weight class?
No.
Total.
Yeah.
Total UFC athletes. I
So what's that breakdown in what? How many divisions?
It depends on all the divisions. I think there's, I don't know, 5 or 6 in men's, and then 3 or 4 in
Because you're a
women's.
bantamweight, or what do you call yourself?
Flyweight.
Flyweight now, 125.
JJ, I think, has like probably 40 or 40 something. It's in the upper 40s.
You think?
Yeah, I think it's like, last time I looked, I think it was like 42.
So it's still a short roster, though.
It is a short roster.
You would think it's still a short roster, especially for women. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. You can't say that because there's so many. Dude, I walk into a gym and there's fucking kids like crazy. You know, it's just nuts on how much it's grown. But to be 11 fights deep, do you consider yourself a pioneer?
You know, I think it's hard to say a pioneer because it wasn't like the first of anything. Like, I wasn't the first crop of 15ers or anything like that. Definitely a vet of the sport, and definitely somebody that came up before it was a thing. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if pioneer's the right word. Definitely a vet of the sport by now. 30 years old vet.
I had Corey on here. You know, it was about a year ago, Cody. And he goes, "Fuck, dude, you're old. You're like a dinosaur." I was like, "Yeah, I know I am," because he got blown away about like my pay and shit and
crazy.
everything. And he goes, "Dude, you're fucking like an antique." And I was like, "Yeah, I am."
Well, and that's the thing, is like some of these guys are like, "Oh wow," and I'm over here bitching about
Yeah,
20 grand, or it's like,
yeah, it's crazy. It's just, but I mean, you got to realize, like, you know, like the people that saved me through my career was like Tap Out. You remember Tap Out, like that whole thing. Like, I had the luxury of getting sponsors, and you don't. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I was billboarded out. Like, I got a lot of money from that,
yeah,
and I mean, to me, I think you guys should be able to have a fine line of having like 2 or 3 sponsors of your own.
Yeah, you should be able to have at least one. At least rep your gym or something. Like,
You
you
know,
can't rep nothing.
nah, you don't want to rip your gym. You want money. God damn it, JJ, let's get money.
let's get some.
Let's get Budweiser on here, dog. You know what I mean? Like I just think, like, you know, allowance. You know, like the whole Francis thing. I think that's kind of like, I don't know. I guess before I stick my foot in my mouth, I should find out. How do you feel about the whole thing? Maybe as a coach first, before, and then I'll let you tag as a
as far
fighter.
as Francis, I mean, if it's true what happened, as far as like what he was asking for, I think it's great, and I think it shows like really like he was just looking out for everybody, you know, because it is important. Like, you expect these guys to perform. You know you should probably take care of them. What insurance and what else was he looking for? An advisor, like
Sponsorship.
and sponsorship. You know, even if it's just one, you know what I mean? I think that like everybody has, you know, not everybody, but like those top guys, they have like the Monster, but that's a UFC main sponsor.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Or
The Jose Cuervo.
yeah, those are just like, you're really not going to, these guys that, if you're not in the top 5 or 10 or whatever, you're probably not going to get looked at for that.
Yep.
You know, and there might be somebody out there that's willing to give a little bit of cash. You know, and I think as far like he said, the only thing I do agree with what he said is when Dana said that he was getting paid more than what Brock, but we also don't really know what Brock got paid.
Yeah.
Because nobody says, you know what I mean? Justin makes a ton of money, but
fucking Jimmy John's probably paid him more than fucking what?
or Bud Light or whatever he
Yeah.
had. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you know, it's tough. Like, and that's why, like, for what we've got going on, as far as like, she don't have a manager. We've done this from the ground up. Like,
Oh, no way.
We got to the
Good
UFC.
for you.
Thank you.
We got to the UFC without a manager. We got all the fights without a manager. So for me, like, being that, yeah, we make decent money. I don't
Yeah.
want to say we make shit money. Like,
No, yeah.
like, I feel like we have a good life. I don't got
Yeah.
nothing to complain about.
Yeah.
But I think, you know, that's why it's hard for me to justify like paying somebody like a middleman to say hello. Okay, yeah, hey, son, you want to fight this person? Yeah, okay, then you get 10, 20, whatever the percentage
Yeah.
you guys work out, you know, because as a coach and as her partner, I can't justify paying somebody something when the coach Luke was there or the coach such and such was there.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Because I mean, nobody really knows the conversations that
Really go
fighters
on.
have.
Yep.
You know, with the coaches.
Yep.
They only see that last product. Oh, I had a hard time. It was a great fight, and they're crying. Nobody really knows.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
No.
Until you're there, right?
Yeah, until you're there. So
I've done it.
I can't really like justify paying somebody or not having something that I took away. Like she'd be pissed off at me, but call the other coach.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And that's where I see, like, I think it's good if he was really asking for like that insurance and just to see the conversations that go on. No,
Yeah.
Nobody really has to know. It's just
And you know, and just and he has a manager. Ali was his manager, one of the top managers out in the game, I think. And so Francis was like all in or on something, or he didn't want it. What do you think, Jerry? Did you think he did the right thing?
I do for him. He made it to the top. He was a world champion, and now he could go off and make money and do it right for whatever he feels is going to fulfill himself and his purpose. I feel like that guy's story, his background is insane.
It's nuts. So he's like when he said it on the Ariana or what's the show? Ariana, I always call him
Hawani.
Ariana. And I like the guy. Like I don't have nothing bad. I just fuck with him. But he's like, man, I came from fucking nothing. I'm cool where I'm at now.
Yeah.
Me personally, I wanted to see the John Jones Francis fight. I really did.
Yeah.
I mean, I just want to say I would have bet I'd still bet the house on Francis. I do. I really think that.
Okay.
So listen to this. Tyson Fury just called him out. He said, let's do a big fight for the baddest motherfucker on the planet. Let's kick it up. He said, we'll do it in a cage with 4-ounce gloves under Queensberry, and let's have a badass referee like Iron Mike Tyson.
Yeah, well, I don't think that'll happen, but good for that. He's going to make a lot of money.
He's gonna make a lot.
That money.
He's gonna if
He did the right. He called the bluff, and he's doing it.
Yeah,
I think
walking
so.
away doesn't hurt him financially. I don't
No.
think at all.
No,
So I think to go out trying to,
as a champion,
as a champion and trying to like go out on his shield as far as what he believes should be happening.
well,
for us.
and realistically, $8 million is a lot of money. But if you look at some of these other champions in the other sports, that ain't shit.
No.
That $8 million should have been one fight or start out fight or whatever.
What did Tyson Fury make?
Yeah, 40
Not
mil.
just that, but as a heavyweight, there's a good chance you're gonna get knocked out. Like
I think Tyson Fury makes like 40 million. Doesn't he, right, Cody? I know. I think
I think it
read
was something like that.
Like
the
40
last
mil.
fight, yeah.
So there you go. Even if he makes 30, 20,
Yeah.
way better than what he was going to do. He ain't going to get kicked or taken down.
And he did it smart. He waited till he fought that fight, and then was like, I'm gonna,
Yeah, me personally, I think it sucks because I wanted to see that fight as a fan.
yeah.
But for the move for y'all, he might be smart for everybody, I guess the next question is, how do you feel about the whole Jake Paul thing?
he's a nuisance, but I think he's good for what what he's trying to accomplish for the sport of not just MMA but boxing.
Why do you think he's doing that though?
I don't know.
I don't either.
I don't know.
I think, is it because he wants to stay relevant in the game? I mean, he's winning. He does it. He's beating who? My whole thing is, man, he has a lot of money.
Yeah.
And we all been broke-ass fighters our whole life. And he says, I'm going to give you this much money. I'm going to beat you. Guess what? I would say I'm going to go down to the third.
How do you want me to go down? just
You know what I mean?
don't move, fall in.
How cool. My pride's been gone a long time ago. You know what I mean?
And it's not like he's going and doing it with fighters that
No.
are in their prime, that
Yeah.
are prideful. Like, they already had their career.
He's not that dumb. You know what I mean? He's not that dumb.
No, he's not. And I just talking shit and I say that, but realistically, like whoa, what, is that you? Oh, echo. The main thing I was saying is I can't trust boxing enough.
No.
I really can't. But that is why I think MMA has done so well. And it's so exciting. Like, it's so exciting. Like, on where the sport has came and, like, how good, you know, these fighters are nowadays. Like, it's different. Like, do you feel like when you first came in 11 fights ago in the UFC to now, where they're at now, how much have they have?
Oh, a lot. If I fought the person I fought for my debut now, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just
9-day difference.
Way different. Yeah. And it's the fastest growing sport in the world. It really is, as far as like audience, but skill level too. Like, you think about it, when I was coming up, when you were coming up, like, there was no MMA school for kids. Like, there's kids learning just MMA now. You know what I mean?
My whole deal was, I remember leaving my week to go to Florida, and I looked back at, I think it was a 16-year-old, 18-year-old kid LT brought in, messing around, and I was watching him, and I was like, damn, I just learned that shit like 2 weeks ago.
For real. We go to his daughter's wrestling tournaments, and there's a tournament full of girls, like all girls. I'm like, that's crazy to have that many girls wrestling now,
Yeah.
and they're good. Like, I just learned those moves like 2 years ago. Like, what the hell, you know?
I know, it's nuts.
They're gonna be so good when they're like.
I know, it's
I
just.
got a few more years before they catch me, and then I gotta get
and
out
then
the
I'm
game.
gonna be out, right?
We can't do this. I know we can't do this much longer.
No, they are the skill level. Even like Seth Daniels has like those jiu-jitsu tournaments.
Yeah,
Those little kids, like, they're such little badass jiu-jitsu.
and that's what I'm saying is, like, they didn't have that shit when I was fighting.
No.
Like, you know what I mean?
And I love taekwondo, but
It's not the
it's
same.
not the same.
It's not the same. Not that it's not a good way to start, because it's look at what it did for you.
Yeah, for
you know what I
real,
mean?
But
I guess the thing is where do you go? You know, after. I mean, I guess. What do you how long do you see yourself fighting still?
you know what? It's a hard question, because I feel like, kind of like you were talking about the fire burning out. I think I'll keep fighting until I don't feel that, you know. And for me, I've always been, I want to build my name and go as far as I can. And if that's a world champion or not, I want to build my name. And then when I'm done fighting, I really want to do like, I always said, like, inner city, like a school for kids that don't really have the money, because when I was little, like I said,
You knew
I
what it was
started
like.
at rec centers,
Yeah.
you know, and I didn't have money to go to the best gym in the world. Like, obviously I got to where I needed to be, but
Yeah.
it would have been a lot easier.
It took a road.
Yeah, you know, like you said, I've been all over the place, and I really have. Like, one, because you got to find good training, and two, like, I'm a girl, like, you got to find other girls to train with.
Yep.
So yeah, I think that's one thing for me when I'm done fighting. That's kind of my goal, is to like open up something for like
That's cool.
less fortunate kids where they could go and train and get good training.
Yep.
You know, not
Legit training. Yeah.
legit training.
Um.
It took me till 2 years ago to go to Elevation, which is like one of the best gyms in the world.
Yep.
You know, so
Yeah. I mean, I guess on that topic right there, like, your training years from where you started to now, like, I guess being a girl, I mean, because I've seen it in some of them, and I mean, I've trained women, I've trained tons of girls. You know, I had no problem with it because I just always would say, like, fuck, if they want to do it, let's do it. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, everybody asks me, like, oh, do you want your daughter to do it or your son to do it? No, I don't want them to do it. But guess what? If they want to do it, I'm going to be the first one there to help them, and I'm going to get them in the best, whatever.
For sure.
But, you know, I guess what I wanted to say is, like, training partners, what has been the ups and downs of, like, some of the assholes that came in and probably try to fucking hurt you, or, like, you know, because I'm sure it's kind of
back in the rec days, like, they had drop-ins, so you don't know who's coming in off the street, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, in a way, I'm thankful for that. It's made me tough, in a way, you know, like, people nowadays complain, like, oh, I don't have any girl training partners. It's like, there was no girl training partners back then, you know?
Yeah.
So I think it's good, good and bad. Like, obviously it made me tough, and it made me show, like, I really had to have a love for the sport to go and do it. You know, it wasn't like go hang out with the girls and like a fun thing to do. It was hard. So yeah, and then as we started needing more girl training partners, we kind of had to just go to where they're at, because there is a lot of girls from Colorado that train, but they're all kind of spread out doing their own thing. And that's what I think is kind of cool about Colorado girls. They all do come together for each other, like Rose, Raquel, me, like. Raquel is from the spring. She always comes down. We've been training together for years. So, yeah, I think you just, as a girl, you got to kind of like navigate through it. It's not always easy. I think it's a little bit easier now. Like, Elevation, we have a really good girls team, and we're fortunate for that, but not everyone has that still, you know?
Yep.
You can't go to every gym, like, in any state and find, you know, and some girls are catty, so it's hard.
That's what I was going to say. Have you had a lot of that catty, like, I don't want to train with you, or...
No, not too much. I think I've been, like I said, Raquel, Rose, like everyone.
You've had some of the top girls to help you, and you know, and I say top girls, like you are one of the girls. Like, I consider you as one of the girls that would be like, go talk to JJ. Like some of the girls that are coming into the gym, like I see at Elevation, like I'm in, you know, I'm kind of just been at Onyx now, and obviously at Genesis for before that, but like I don't know a whole lot of people. You know, I seen their faces, but I'm horrible with names, great faces. But like I see some of the girls that come into the gym, and I've seen them because they've been at Easton's or whatever. But I look at that group, and I'm like, I could see some of the girls that are really good, and some of the girls that are starting out and that could be really good. You know, and but I look at you, and I'm like, yeah, you're the vet. You are really the vet now, you know. And that was before I even knew you had 11 fights in the UFC.
Yeah,
not just 11 fights. That's 11 fights in the UFC.
Best organization in the world.
It really is.
Yeah,
especially for women. Like, there's a lot of good guys in other organizations.
Oh yeah,
you know, and not saying they're not good, but for women, the best fighters on the planet are in the UFC.
Yeah,
you know, and that's just, you know, I think they do. The girls, just from being around all of them so much, you know, helping JJ, is the catty ones are the ones that want more attention.
Yeah.
They actually weed themselves out pretty fast, you know, because like you see, like if JJ's in there, if Rose comes in, if Raquel comes in, and, you know, they're all like really cool people, you know, it's just kind of weird when you're acting, you know, a little weird. And then you kind of just, instead of them saying, no, you can't come, you kind of just don't come back.
Yeah.
You know,
stop.
It's more of just like, who's going to come back?
Yeah.
At this point, you know.
Well, it's like you got to put your time in, your dues in. You got to take your ass whoopings. Got to be a good training partner. Yeah. Period. Like, I mean, that's what it all boils down to. This quick break is brought to you by Crispy Boots, and I'm telling you, I've been rocking the new Laponians Gen 2s, and they are the best thing that's ever happened to my feet. Man, I'm talking lightweight, great ankle support, and I'm telling you, they look real snazzy. I love them. I used to rock the Thors, and, man, these things blow them out of the water. I'm telling you, man, let's just keep it real. Crispy Boots, I'm a big fan, and I think all their boots are thebomb.com. You know, guys, check them out at crispyus.com. guess I think that's what is kind of where I was going with this question with you, JJ, is like, you've been in the game for so long now. The guys, probably not so much nowadays, maybe, I hope not. Hopefully they put some respect on your name now, but like earlier when you were coming up, did you have a lot of fucking assholes like you would have to spar with guys?
Yeah.
And that would just try to, and then not saying that trying to take it easy on you because you didn't want that, I'm sure, because that's not where you're at, what you were. But I have noticed, I've watched guys fuck with girls that were way bigger than them, and I'm like, why? You know what I mean? It'd be one thing if we were the same weight or same deal, and I'm like, dude, you're a fucking prick. I can't wait to go with you.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, there's been, I think everyone incurs that, but there's definitely been times where like if I'm grappling with you and you're a grown man and you're grunting, like you're trying a little too hard right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah.
But that says also a lot about you though, like your skill level and everything. I don't know. I guess, and I'm not a person that says like, man, she wants to spar, she's gonna get hit like me. I remember fighting, sparring with Kat Zingano at Grudge, and I left hooked her. She fucking hit me with the cross one time, and I was like, all right, bitch. Boom, I hooked her, and I was like, oh, shit, I'm on my bad. But, it was kind of those things, like, it was like she was giving it to me, and I was like, fuck, I felt like I had to go up my shield.
Yeah, I think it's also like some girls you could tell that don't know how to train with guys. They think that they're their punching bag, and that's not it either.
That's not the case, yeah.
So you also got to go in with the right attitude.
Yep, you got to get it. You got to be good training partners with each other. And I think that's when it all boils down to like the team, your training partners, right, of where you've ended up now. And, I guess where I've seen now, Mike, I see you taking in a little bit more coaching in now, helping out with some of the fighters that hold the pads for some of them.
Yeah, and it's something that I've been wanting to do, but it like for me, like I put so much energy and time into when JJ's fighting to sometimes where I'm just like, man, I'm kind of burned out because for me it all also goes back home. Like I go home, we start, you guys
are together nonstop,
especially in fight camp. I do my best to do as much as possible so she can only worry about fighting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If that means cook, if that means clean.
Get those dishes done, goddammit.
Everything. Get the laundry. If it makes it easier. So I get burned out, but I feel like now that I'm helping a little more people, like
it's fun.
It's fun.
Yep.
But I also tell people it's like I don't really do this for money because you're gonna pay me, $50 or $100. It's like you see the price of gas right now.
Yeah.
It's not.
It's not for that.
I just because I want to and I want to help you. And I feel like some of these guys, if I can connect with you, then I can probably help you. If I can't, then it's we're kind of wasting each other's time.
Yeah. I think my whole deal is it's I lost it because everybody just expected just to get it like, hey, when can I get this sponsorship? When should I get this sponsor? I'm like, fool, you are in it. You're way over your head, bro.
Yeah,
you've watched too many fucking movies, and it's just not like that.
Nope.
It's not like that.
Nope.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I just like with some of the people that I help, like I'm just being as real as possible. Like if you're not at where you're at, we got to talk about that because there's a reason why.
I honestly said, and I brought this up because I see you hold pads for Chepe.
Yeah.
Right? And we were talking the other day, and I was like, man, the guy that Justin's fighting again, he has a lot of pressure, and he's good. And, and I was thinking, like, who is probably the best partner, like sparring partner for Justin right now for this camp? And there's a lot of good kickboxers there at Elevation, but, man, when I see Chepe and Justin go at it, I'm like, that's kind of what we need. It brings the best out of both of them, because they're two gangsters that just want to go and, Chepe has fucking, I know he goes, dude.
And he told me the other day, he's like, if I could get 5 rounds with Justin, that'd be great in a row. Like, all right.
Yeah, I mean, that's all I'm saying. Like, that's the mentality that a guy needs, though, for to help, for training, and like honestly, like Trevor asked Justin, he's like, "Hey, man, who's the guy that's gonna push you in sparring? He goes, fuck a Chepe. And I was like, I do it, dude. I fucking do it. Nothing wrong with the other guys that we've been working with. It's just, man, I just feel like, you know, the style, the attitude he brings, you know what I mean? Like, it's something different. And I just, man, it's a fine line between training and fighting, though. And, like, sometimes it's just like, damn, dog, chill.
You know,
chill.
I don't, like I said, I've never met Chepe until we started coming into elevation. I mean, I've seen him fight on LFA, and but I personally, I didn't know him, and I didn't get to really know him until we were there almost our year already.
Yeah.
And then he just one day asked me to hold some pads, and I was like, she was training, she wasn't even getting ready for a fight, and I was just like, oh, that'd be cool, you know, just for me, like, I need to do something too. I can't just be fat ass coach on the side. You know what I mean? Like,
no, believe me, I've been there or up there.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, and it ended up working out, and like some of the conversations that have gone on in the gym and stuff, like, seems like Chepe's made a turn to be a better partner, but still, like, there's certain people that
sometimes you just got to have it. Though.
Yeah,
I mean, you can't take the dog out of some people. You know what I mean? And that's why I said, like, fuck, man. You remember when we were fighting? I remember sparring days on Saturdays, dude. Bitch, it was time to fight. It was a fight.
Yeah, it wasn't no sparring.
It was a fucking fight. I remember there's times when me and Leonard Garcia would just sit in the fucking center of the cage and just beat the fuck out of each other. Dwayne would come in and just beat the fuck out of us. Yeah. Like, literally, I was puking water out, and he was still kneeing me in the side of the fucking gut. You know what I mean? Like, what? Oh, now you want to be a good coach now? Oh, my. What about that? There was that time he was coaching me right in the second quarter and coming into the third, and I'm looking at him. He goes, are you going to throw more than 1-2? And I'm fucking, like, looking for my water. Are you going to throw more than 1-2? Fucking bitch slaps me fucking right in the fucking deal. And I'm already fucking swollen, right? Boom, he bitch slaps me. And I'm like, it's just, like, is this a trick question? You know what I mean? Like, and then to see Dwayne now as a coach, like, now is like how much he's
giving good
changed
advice.
now. Like what? Damn, we's done you good. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck? Do you remember if I could pull up that fucking fight of him smoking me? I was like fucking bell rung and shit. I was like, God damn. Yeah. Oh fuck, me and Trevor laughing with it because he was there and he was like, hey, easy dog.
Knocked out on the
I don't
stool.
think I do need to get his Chepe some real MMA sparring gloves.
Oh yeah,
the small ones he has is like, I'll have to talk to him about that. But
hey, he's good. I like him. I just because, you know what, man, fucking take it out on him. Go fight him, motherfucker, because he's gonna bring it. You know what I mean?
He is.
He's one guy that I say, I hope this year he gets signed with the big contract.
I hope so. I think you know, I feel bad for him.
Yeah.
I feel bad for him because he actually got a call, you know, when was it? Do you remember what card it was? I don't know, but it was a short notice, and they threw his name in there, and he was very hopeful, but they went with somebody else. So, you know, I mean, he even went to, when JJ fought last March, they were there. That dude went up to Sean Shelby, said, hey, here's my number, here's my info. You know, and I feel bad for him.
Guy's balls, dude. Yeah. That's what you need. But guess what, fool? You don't try, you don't know.
No, you don't know. And I feel bad for him because the kid's got a lot of talent.
Yeah, he's fucking good. He's entertaining as fuck, bro.
And that's what I told him.
That head kick that he finished that last fight in, oh, that was great.
Holding pads for him for that was ridiculous.
I bet.
Because everything he does is, I feel like him and Justin bone structure is the same. Everything they do hurts.
Hurts, yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just like, you know, so I've seen, like I told him, I said, you just don't get emotional.
Yep.
Just go out
don't
there.
get caught up in it. Yeah.
No. But yeah, no, I feel he's one of the guys that I really enjoy helping. Like, you know, I help him. I help Claire, his girlfriend, and then a few other people that are starting a little bit, you know, like Ben and Logan. And I really enjoy, but I really enjoy helping Chepe. He drives me crazy too, but.
Oh, I'm sure. Of course, they all do. She does too, I'm sure.
Oh, man. There's one that, you know, like we were talking, how the nerves and stuff about hers. Yeah. Like, there's 3 things I need from her for when we fight, and that's excitement, nerves, and fear. If we don't have not those, then I don't know what's going to happen out there.
Where's that? Yeah.
Yeah, you know, because, like, if we don't have that, then you're just going to go out there and I guess we'll see. Yeah. You know, but when we have all 3 in some way, it seems to always work out for us, you know. Good. And
well, that's because you know, right?
Yeah.
What kind of person she is.
Because I get scared. I'm just like, oh, man,
God damn it, Jay. Can't be flat.
Like,
God damn it.
I want her to win. Like,
yeah,
for sure,
of course.
right? But I'm like, I do not need her coming home fucked up.
Yeah.
And that's the hard thing. I think I've been doing it for so long. Like, I don't necessarily get afraid to fight. You know, I get nervous. That never goes away. But I don't get afraid of somebody, you know.
It's just the fear of not performing.
It's the fear of not performing for me. It's not the fear of getting hurt or anything like that. It's just the fear of me not showing up that night. Because I know if I show up, I'm going to be fine. Yeah. You know what I mean? But, yeah, that's what
I think that's the hardest part as a fighter, though, to find that, like, I got to perform. I mean, that's just it. Like, later in my career, I was like, okay, mid and early career, all I just had was focused on winning. Is winning. Like, that's it. Win, win, win. And I was like, man, I just go out there and fucking do what I do, and the win will come, right?
For sure.
But it takes that experience, takes those fights to get underneath your belt to fucking realize, like, this motherfucker is the same person as me across the cage.
Yep.
I can beat this motherfucker.
Yeah.
You know?
And
And they're just as nervous as you two. I don't care what you say.
Exactly. I don't care what they're playing.
I mean, once she's done fighting, though, like, I'm just like, man.
We're like opposite. We'll like go back and he like passes out right away, and I'm like up until Sunday night, like I can't sleep.
Like the way we do it after she fights, we go back to the hotel and we're quiet people. We don't even go out.
Yeah.
We don't hang out much. You know. But she's like, I'm gonna pack the room up, pack the stuff because we leave. You know,
early in the morning.
I crash out because I'm just like, that's enough for me.
Yeah, you're drained.
Yeah. If I don't, then I'll just probably become alcoholic. Give me some drinks, cause
oh, dude,
boy,
I can't do it anymore like I used to.
You know, it's tough. It gets tough for me sometimes, but I do a better job now at figuring it out. Okay.
Yep.
Because sometimes I get myself like, oh shit.
The last couple times we've been fighting at like 3:00.
Really?
Yeah. And we're just sitting there like, okay.
Oh shit.
Last time I fought at 10 a.m.
10 a.m.
Oh damn.
That was rough, man. It was horrible.
Brutal.
I was not
brutal.
That's something not that.
I'd rather fight late at night, I think.
Yeah.
10 a.m.
I mean, yeah.
Gotta wake up at 6 a.m. Like we're fighters. We don't wake.
Yeah, we don't get up that early. Fuck.
Our dynamic is interesting.
Yeah.
But like I tell the guys at the gym, if she's in fight camp, don't count on me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
All your focus on
her. I got to give all my focus to her.
Yeah, which
you know, and I have like a pecking order. Like for me, like it goes JJ, then I start helping Chepe, and he's giving me an opportunity, like to help other guys. Like JJ's giving me a huge opportunity, and so like okay, now he's next.
Yeah.
So if you kind of just like, and that's just how I do it. I don't even know if that's right, but that's how I do it.
I don't know. I think that's just the way it works, you know?
Yeah.
I think it's the way it is.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, your dynamic's a little different because not only is she your coach, but lover, you know what I mean?
Everything, you know what I mean?
House, like, you know what I mean? Like, you cut off of you know what?
Everything, you know, that... It's like I tell people, they're like, I want to coach my spouse. I'm like, I don't think you want to.
You don't.
I'm telling you.
I used to hold past my wife, and man, we and her would get in fucking battle. And I'm like, fuck it, I'm done. I can't hold past. Go at the back. Fuck it.
You know, it's tough. Like
he could tell me the same thing as somebody else, but he says it a certain way. It pisses me off so much.
I tell Banks or I tell Valora now that like, hey, I think we got to spar like 4 or 5 rounds in a row, but you know, you got to be the one to tell her.
Yeah, because if it comes from you, it's not good. No, that's horrible advice, but it comes from somebody else.
Yeah. I'll say. You only say that because you know I'm tired today.
Yep.
So,
well, that's good. It's good. I mean, it's so cool that you guys have this bond together, relationship, but like how far you guys came together into the sport.
Yep.
I mean, you have a job in the greatest organization, I believe.
Yeah. No, I agree.
In the fight game, period, right? And you're making the best out of it together. And to me, I think you're one step ahead of me, and I'm proud of it. You know what I mean? Like I guess that's just me looking back now as like my woulda couldas, and I see like some people like you. Who was I talking about the other day? Like when I was looking at Cody, like me and him kind of did the same thing of fighting, did the UFC deal, but like now to see him and Vinny, like even Vinny, he was never in the UFC, right? But look what he has done now as a coach and just, taking the whole elevation thing now and all the top fighters there in the gym.
Yeah, for sure.
It's fucking crazy to see like I look back and Trevor always asks me, he's like, "You ever really want to get back in there and do all that?" And I was like, "Hell no, I don't want to babysit any of these motherfuckers, dog. I'm cool. I'm cool with just
that's tough, man. Because JJ does more instead of she does do the sparring and stuff like that. Out of fight camp, she'll do like a class here and there, but most of the time, like she's kind of spoiled. She just gets her own thing.
Yeah,
which is fine. Which is fine. But I'm just like, man, I don't even know if I'd want to just babysit people all day.
Yeah, I can't do it. I got 2 kids. I'm cool. I'm cool. I'm happy and I'm cool to help out. Kind of what you're doing. Do it in a heartbeat. You know what I mean? Like no problem. But doing it all over again, I just, man, I probably have to get divorced and bankrupt or something like that. You know what I mean? Man. Like for me to do it, because it's just so demanding and like I just can't give you half-ass. That's my problem. Is like I got the podcast now. I like being with my family. I'm doing the family deal. I'm stingy with me now. Like I want to go hunting. I want to do this. So if I say JJ got to fight, like, hey man, I want you to help me coach on this camp. And I'm thinking of the time frame, and I'm like, fuck. Like right now with Justin London, like everything's with him, right now. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, fuck, I'm on the back burner, but it's good because I want to help him. But at the same time, if I left his camp and went into another camp with somebody else, I'm not doing that person any justice because
It's easier to do it for Justin because you guys have a different kind of relationship. Yep. And like you said, he's always taking care of you. Yep. So I feel like you do it for him because you want to do it, compared to if someone else asked you, you'd be like, I have to do it. And
it's just like, then you're starting doing it for the money and all the wrong reasons of like, oh man, if I want to work with somebody, it's because I truly want to work with somebody. And it's not like I'm the best trainer or I choose to be like I'm like on some totem pole. I don't. I just got to a point where I could pick and choose who I want to do it. And guess what? I'm done. I pulled back a lot. Like I just didn't want to do it no more. And do I miss it? Yeah, I do. I miss a lot of it. I really do. That's why I get excited to go to the gym every day now in camp because it's fun. Like I'm training again.
Yeah.
Daddy, you see Daddy like good again. I got to get back into it, dude. Oh, but it's hard. It's hard for me to do the workouts along with Justin sometimes. Dude, I'm like, fuck, I used to do this shit all the time. And now I'm like, dude, I'm such a fucking piece of shit.
It's rough, man. I know with her, it's just like, we'll be hitting pads and, I do a lot of like contact stuff with her, you know, and I'm just like, all right, don't punch the fuck out of me. And then she'll get her little mood. Bam. I was like, all right.
Yep.
And then after a while they add up and it's like, okay, I'm sore now. And it's just like,
oh yeah. I know, dude. I went, it was Thursday. We had wrestling at Onyx there when Usman and Ben runs in. At the end of the thing, everybody's done, right? Everybody's fucking done at Usman's. All right, huddle up. Get in a circle. We're going to do buddy push-ups. Dude, we did like 56 push-ups. Like he down one, we doing one. He does 2, we do 2. Dude, Ben called me out in front of everybody. Luke, you need to do this with us. I was like, fuck, yeah, I do. Damn. Dude,
I hate that.
I was shaking like a little bitch, dude. I was like, oh. And I didn't go down on one knee, but I wanted to really bad, dude. I really did. They're all looking at me. And I was like, God, dude, this is way harder than I remember. And I'm all like literally shaking. Justin ready to be Ben's looking at me. Usman's looking at me like you. And he's like counting them out. I'm like this. Just shaking. And I'm just shaking. Dude, Saturday, I woke up. Because that happened on Thursday. We did it Thursday morning. Saturday I woke up, I was a train wreck, dude. I think that's why Justin beat me in bowling. That's the only reason.
Is that what you're going
oh, hell yeah, dude. My lats hurt so bad, dude. I was like, dude, I can't do nothing today.
They tag teamed you.
Yeah, they fucked me. But yeah, it's good.
Nope.
I guess before we hop off, like, if you had any advice, JJ, like, as a new up-and-comer coming into the sport, what would you tell them?
Choose your circle wisely.
Yep.
I think
that's a good
having a good core around you in a sport like this is very important. People look up to, people that on your same level, and then just coaches and pick the right people to kind of guide you.
Yeah.
It's not always easy to find, but
No. Yeah, well, it's definitely probably not easy to find.
no.
What would you say, Mike?
Take your time and enjoy the ride. I think know where you're at, be honest where you're at. I think that, kind of looking from the outside in, I guess, is do it right as far as, don't think about fighting. Think about competing and maybe doing some jiu-jitsu tournaments, maybe doing some kickboxing fights back and forth.
Yep.
And enjoy that process and then go to MMA if
Yeah.
that's what you want to do, and I don't even know how to say it, I guess. If it doesn't sound right, don't do it.
Yeah.
Just because it's a good opportunity.
Yeah.
No, because even with JJ, and we turned down an Invicta offer before the Invicta. We got that first. We fought for Invicta first because she was still an amateur, and they're like, "You want to fight?" And she's like, "No."
Yeah.
And like the way I look at her is like, you got to be willing to fight at the amateur level, anybody. Because with her, I don't know for guys. With her, we fought any weight.
I think you have to be, though, an amateur, though.
Yeah, we fought. It was
Get that
never-
experience.
Like, don't think about it. Don't think about doing a weight cut. Don't think about fighting. If you're, I want to fight 155, but I'm 175. It's like, no, fight 170.
Yep. Move up.
Don't, and that's my, I think that's probably my best advice is don't think about a weight class. Just practice fighting instead of practice making weight.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Too many people try to practice making weight, and then you see like the product out there. Sometimes it's just like,
Not the same.
it's not the same, and that's my biggest fear with Colorado MMA right now. Like years ago, it was way better.
Yep.
But the talent coming up now is just like everybody's in a rush because I think that everybody's training with high level people.
Mm-hmm.
They don't understand
Yeah.
that, okay, like an example, if you got JJ, if you got Rose, and you got Justin, and they're going with 3 different people that aren't as good. Obviously, they're not giving them the best, but they come out, oh, I did good. It's like, actually, they didn't even put it to you.
Yeah. They didn't give you the fucking.
They didn't give it to you.
Yeah.
They're going maybe 25,
Yeah.
maybe 20, so know where you're at and think about, like, just because you're training with those high level people, that's not exactly where you're at.
Yeah. Or you gave a good round this round and you did something really cool, like, listen, fool.
Yeah.
If you want, I guess that's the whole thing. That's the whole thing with the sport now is like, and plus everybody's recording. God damn it. I guess the next thing is, everybody's in the sport and everybody's recording and everybody's trying to get Insta famous real fast and build their thing. So that's the part that bugs me on the whole thing,
Yeah.
Yeah, and I just don't like when people are out there and they're trying to fight and they're trying to make weight, but they're not really practicing fighting. They think they got to do strength and conditioning all day to make weight. You know what I mean? And missing a practice or actually work on fighting.
Yeah.
You know
Worry
what I
about you getting better.
Yeah, that's probably my biggest piece of advice is don't worry about signing up for a fight at a certain weight. Just get ready to fight anybody.
I know.
Get ready to fight anybody.
Build yourself.
Yeah,
Build
if you really want to get
build your stock.
yeah, 'cause,
Build your stock.
Yeah.
if you really want to be up there with the big dogs, like they'll fight anybody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like look at Justin. He wants to fight the fucking hardest guys every fight.
All the time.
And like
That's always fun.
yeah, like
dude.
he doesn't really, and I think if you really want to get there, that's practice fighting. Don't practice making weight.
I know. I'm just blown away on the whole thing. Like, there was a thing, a meme came out. Like Justin has fought 10 times in the UFC and
Only fought top 10 opponents or something
only
like
fought
that.
top 10 opponents.
That's crazy.
That's unheard of.
And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, you think about it, like, dude, that's in the UFC. It's fucking brutal, dude.
He's
Like,
the best
you're
in
the
the
best
world.
best in the world. I mean, you think about it, like he fought Michael Johnson the first fight, his UFC intro. Then that
Oh,
was
we
a
were
war.
there.
That
We
was a
were
war.
there.
Okay, the Vegas one.
Yeah.
And then he went right into Eddie Alvarez, Dustin Poirier. You know what I mean? It hasn't stopped since then.
No.
Fucking
Just,
guy.
You know what I mean? And that's why, for these fighters, like, and I see it. They're like, oh, I did good today. Oh, this person could get me down. It's like they didn't try.
Yeah.
Like, let's and I know where you're at. Just because I'm also a big one of if it's a pro practice, I don't think amateurs should be in the room.
Yep.
I think you got to earn that spot.
Yep. You should be volunteer handpicked to come up if
Yeah.
you're an amateur. Yeah.
Yeah.
I get it.
You know,
Because there's a lot of fucking injuries happen,
Yeah.
you know, and I don't know. I'm always the one with that. I like elbows, but I don't like elbows. You know what I mean? Like I see guys with the elbow pads and I see some fucking throw it and I'm like, dude, why?
why you don't? Yeah,
You know, but I know it's just
it's part of the deal.
part of it, but
sucks.
it's just like you're fucking you're playing with fucking fire right now, really.
yeah, because
Because if you cut Justin, he's gonna be pissed, but I'm gonna be real fucking pissed.
I might bring
Because
my
now
stuff.
because now you're fucking with my paycheck, motherfucker.
You might see me Friday.
Yeah, you're gonna see Devo come out.
Shit.
Oh man. Well, honestly, man, I know we've been talking for a minute, but honestly, I just wanted to say thank you guys, honestly, for coming out. Like, I know it's a little minute out of your way, but I promise you this. I will help you guys out any way if I ever can. You guys need me. I got your back. I promise you
Appreciate
that.
you.
We appreciate you.
Like, honestly, you guys have always just been generally just the coolest people to me, and I've always tried to return the favor. You remember that time you gave me cabbage?
Yeah,
I remember that. I forgot about that. My wife would love that, you know. So it's just like it's just been little things. Like you guys have just always been good, and I will always go to bat for you guys, man.
Thank you.
we appreciate you.
Yeah.
I mean, you're always genuine to us, and like I feel like we meet so many people along this journey.
Yeah.
At some you lose contact, some you
Yeah.
just like, but I feel like you keep.
Yeah, I've always been around, huh? But I'm a cool motherfucker.
Yeah, but I mean, you've always been, you've always been cool to us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's a lot of people that have, but I feel like you've always been genuine to us.
Yeah, no, it's shit. I guess I've learned more about this podcast than anything. Like I didn't realize you had 11 fights in the UFC. Good for you.
Sometimes I don't believe it either. I'm like,
It's fucking. That's fucking amazing, dude.
When you
That's
look
really
back,
good.
it's pretty
Yeah.
cool,
When we signed the new deals, like what are you on your third deal or fourth deal?
Fourth. Oh shit.
You know, and it's just like that's when it's kind of surreal to me. I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah, we going. See, we going. You paid it for. You put your dues in.
You know,
You've done it. You
like-
made a career out of this. Take
Yeah.
advantage of it, man. Enjoy it. Fucking. You know. So when are we gonna see you again?
March 11th.
March 11th.
Yep.
Dude, March is busy, dude. Is that why I just seen Jones? What is Jones fighting on?
I think they're the weekend before.
the 8th
Yeah.
Yeah,
or something like
the
that.
fourth. They're the fourth,
4th,
and then we're the 11th,
11th,
and you guys are the 18th.
18th. Holy shit, dude.
The
March is
packed
crazy.
week. A month, yeah. Yeah, back in Vegas, it's at it's not at the Apex though, so that's exciting.
Yeah, to be in front of fans this time.
Oh,
Yeah.
We haven't fought in front
Wait.
of fans since 2020.
wait, what'd you just say?
It's in Vegas, but it's not at the Apex. It's gonna be at like the what is
Well, it's the I think it's the old Hard Rock is Virgin Hotels.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
They're
cool.
gonna do it at like a theater in there, so
Oh shit, that's dope.
Yeah.
That's gonna be loud as
it's
fuck.
gonna be loud.
Yeah,
That'll be fun.
it'll be fun.
I know. I wish ours was in Vegas. Fuck,
This
London.
would be my sixth fight in a row in Vegas.
dude, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. It's capital. I love it. I love it.
It's
there.
convenient.
Yeah,
It is convenient.
You
You,
know
got
what
the
I mean?
Apex.
It's convenient.
yeah.
It's
I like it. We haven't fought there since the first one, and then we were there
Oh,
for the
really?
Ultimate Fighter. Yeah,
Oh shit.
I'm overdue.
Better than going to London.
You ain't lying.
hopefully
I'm
they-
not excited.
hey,
I'm not
hopefully they-
excited for it. I'm
No?
really not. I don't. I've been to London. We stayed in London when I fought in Saudi Arabia. We had to stay there.
Weren't you and Cody on that card?
Cody was my quarterman.
Oh, he was your corner.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I went there and I was like, Cody, I need a quarterman. And I'm not going to pay you a lot, but this is what I got. He's like, let's go, bro. That was Cody. He wanted to go to Saudi Arabia. He wanted to see, you know. So it was good, man. But anyways.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll see you March 11th.
Yep.
JJ and Mike gonna be in it. Who's gonna be the other quarterman?
Valor Caballero and Carrington Banks.
Oh yeah, go Banks.
Banks.
Go Banks. He's done good. I like that guy, dude. Yeah. I've known Valor forever, man. Valor's done good too.
He's been around forever too.
Yeah, Valor's been around when I was there. Yeah.
Yeah, Valor's been around forever.
Yeah.
I remember watching Valor fight too. Like,
Yo.
it's just like,
Yeah. It's a good team. It's a good thing. You guys got a good thing going, man. Like when I see you guys in there, it's good. So I always look forward to Tuesdays and Fridays.
I know.
yeah, yeah.
I get to see everybody, you know?
Yeah.
So
It just after the fights is like nobody's there. It's like, oh damn, okay. But it's good while it lasts. I like it. I enjoy
Right.
it.
I
I
know.
think it's, I like seeing the same people. I like seeing the people come in that like I genuinely like.
Yep.
Like and like, hey, how you doing? Oh, good. All right,
Yeah.
it
You generally are happy to see him.
yeah.
Instead of just saying, oh, that guy's pretty big deal.
Yeah.
Like when I walk in, you're like, oh, that's Luke. He's a big deal.
Hey, make sure we get a picture.
Oh, shit. Well, hey, anytime you guys are welcome back, maybe after your fight, we'll get you back on.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
It'd be cool.
Yep.
You guys got to come up here and shoot some bows and guns with me.
That'd be fun.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring my daughter because she likes
You like shooting, yeah.
a bow
Yeah.
in there.
Oh, yeah.
She's like, I want a bow. I'm like, all right.
Yeah, I got over 30 some targets up there.
That'd be fun.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
that'd
fun.
be dope.
It'd be real fun.
Yeah.
So on that note, we out. Oh, where we at? Guys, if you guys haven't checked her out, check her out. What's your IG?
JJ Aldridge.
All right. And Mike, where's your IG at?
Mike Gonzalez, 1981, I think it is.
Is that when you were born?
Yeah.
Shit, dog, I'm older than you, dog. These grays are coming. That's next.
Hey, I got.
That's next.
As soon as I became a grandpa, I was. Got
Oh
raised.
shit, I'm not with you. I don't need that. No, I'm not ready yet.
Yeah.
I'm not ready for that yet.
Yeah.
Look, I got a 3-year-old still, so I don't need that. Although I say these kids gave me these gray heads, and my wife, no, Justin.
Yeah.
Justin gave me these motherfuckers.
I swear these fights take years off the life.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, and then we went and coached the Ultimate Fighter, living in Vegas for 7 weeks.
Oh, no, I don't know
That
about
killed me, bro. My lifestyle, gambling, smoking,
Drinking.
just the nightlife, girls being out there. Oh, dude, I died. 3 years of my life. Broke as fuck. I thought I was supposed to go there to make money. All right, man, we out.
All right.
Hey guys, I wanted to hop on here and give you guys a big shout out and say thank you for all your support. Do me a favor, check out that Bullhorn app. Give us a subscribe on that app. Man, you guys can watch us live right from your phone. Call in, ask Cody questions, all from the app. So check it out. And make sure you guys give us a follow on the IG at GU_Unfiltered_ and at Gladiators Unleashed. And if you're a patron, love you.